Leaders are best when they do what they love. What do you love to do? And do you find the time to do it? Balance is one of those things we all talk about. Achieving it is another thing. What I have learned is that you can find time for the things that bring you to true joy. You don't need to actually find or make the time. You take the time. If you find joy in what you do and you do things you love, then doing it isn't hard. It doesn't feel like a chore and it brings energy. It is that intrinsic motivation and drive that we want to see in others. If you want to be intrinsically motivated, light the fire, find your passion, find your zone of genius, and light it in others and let them fly. Doing what I love has become a philosophy for me in life, a little like Marie Kondo. Does this bring me joy? Once upon a time I was flattered by a promotion and looked at the next job title. What I've discovered is that the title might impress somebody, but who cares at the end of the day? Ultimately, day in and day out, it is about finding joy. When we are free to choose and find our spark, our teams excel and they overachieve. I've learnt that, in the longer term, working with joy is what counts and where I excel. I will change jobs, even move country, if it means that I feel more fulfilled and joyful. I read leadership books and write in this way because I enjoy it. I find it stimulating, not a chore. I find intrigue and challenge. A career move is that, not always the next step on the ladder, but to a role where I feel great. It's about the people I work with, the mission I have, the things we get to do, and the impact we can make collectively. But beyond choosing a job I love, I fill my life with things I love to do that bring me joy and encourage others to do the same. Question: what do you do to challenge yourself to grow, to stretch, and to do things differently? Recently, my son and my husband visited Berlin. The history there and the stories of the country and the city itself, and what it has been through, is so much to learn. There's so much to learn there. The boys were certainly passionate about seeing this. History is in their zone of joy. But what else? It's about going beyond the expected, to look for the different. So I enrolled the boys in a graffiti class. Yes, they spent a day in Berlin learning how to do graffiti and left their mark on a patch of what is left of the Berlin Wall. Doing something different, stretching themselves. I have moved to a different part of the country recently and my new focus is kayaking. I've never been a kayaker in my life. I can kayak, but I have a paddle and a life jacket, a fishing rod, and I'm hitting the water. We, sup board in Italy, so why not kayak here? I get up at 4 a.m. to walk around the mosque and then spend time doing a little bit of reflection and reading before I go to work. I have a 1,736-day streak in learning Italian. And, well, there is leadership in pictures. I hit the gym regularly. These are all things that bring me joy. I feel better when I do these things. I'm a better leader when I do. I do have days when it feels a little much, but by doing these things, I have balance. I have other things in my life and I'm a better person. I am less intense, more understanding, more flexible because I do other things and I create the time for the things that refuel me and motivate me from within. They replenish my soul. So what do you do to bring yourself joy? And do you model this for others? Where do your passions shine? What do you do because you love it, not because you should or because you must? Should is one of those words that has to be banned. If we do things because we should, we are doing things because somebody else said. We do them out of obligation. How do you get others to shine? What do they do intrinsically? How do you lead others to their zones of genius and to let them fly? Where do you find joy?